Hold on 12s, something huge is going down in Seattle. The offensive line is turning into a weapon, the backfield is heating up with a brand new rotation, and there's even a big-time veteran who could show up and change everything. Stick with me till the end, because this update could completely reshape the Seahawks season. And before we dive in, a huge thank you to the more than 1,500 subscribers already backing this amazing community. Let's keep building this together. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because we're riding through every step of this turnaround side by side. Today, we've got to start with the massive transformation happening in the Seahawks offensive line. For years, fans have complained, and rightfully so, about how shaky that unit looked, unable to sustain the run game or keep the quarterback upright. But here in early 2025, the conversation feels totally different. Just 2 preseason games in, the group has shown so much improvement it almost looks like a different team out there. At the heart of this shift is first-round rookie Gray Zabel. He's already locked down the starting left guard spot, but what's most impressive is the way his presence has elevated the entire group. Combine that with John Benton taking over as offensive line coach and Klint Kubiak's run-heavy scheme, and the identity of this offense feels brand new. To put it in perspective, Seattle racked up 268 rushing yards against the Chiefs. Sure, it's preseason, but you can't just ignore that number. Veteran tight end Eric Saubert put it perfectly, saying that dominating in the run game is an incredible feeling because it shows everyone is buying into the system and grinding for it. That kind of energy doesn't just lift the players, it lifts the whole franchise. The last time Seattle ran the ball like this, fans were watching legends like Steve Hutchinson and Shaun Alexander, a time that left its mark on Seahawks history. Now there's real hope that this physical identity is coming back strong. And the craziest part? Kenneth Walker, the team's top running back, hasn't even stepped on the field yet. Even without him, the production was insane, with Zach Charbonnet, George Holani, Damian Martinez, and Jacardia Wright carrying the load. If the offense is already humming like this with the rotation, just imagine what it'll look like when Walker's fully healthy. Some are even projecting that, if this pace keeps up, Walker could flirt with a 2,000-yard season. It's early, sure, but the fact that this is even being discussed says a lot about the vibe in Seattle right now. That brings us to Walker himself. He's the guy who could take this offense to the next level. Head coach Mike McDonald confirmed he's still dealing with some foot soreness, nothing major, but something they need to manage carefully. In the meantime, Kubiak has been testing out a running back rotation, which is a pretty big departure from Pete Carroll's old approach. Carroll's philosophy was simple: ride one workhorse back for most of the carries. That's not the case anymore. Now the touches are being spread around, keeping everyone fresh and making life harder on opposing defenses. And that sparks the debate every fan loves. Is it better to lean on a single back like Walker, who can win games on his own, or spread the workload across a committee? The truth probably lies somewhere in the middle. Walker is ridiculously talented, one of the most explosive backs in the league, but durability has always been a concern. Maybe the best move is to unleash him in key moments without wearing him down all season. That way, he's at his most dangerous when it matters most. And that kind of flexibility could pay off in a playoff push. As much as fans would love to see Walker hit 2,000 yards, the priority is having him healthy in January. If this system works, it might unlock a version of the Seahawks offense we haven't seen in years, one that could actually scare defenses across the NFL. Now let's talk about another reason fans are buzzing: Abraham Lucas' health. Everyone knows the talent has always been there since the day he was drafted. The problem was his body. 11 games missed in 2023 with chronic knee issues, then another 10 last year. It felt like he might never stay on the field long enough to show consistency. But in 2025, Lucas looks different. He's back, confident, and flashing the same dominant level we saw in his rookie season. According to Pro Football Focus, He's one of the highest-graded tackles in preseason so far, winning in both run blocking and pass protection. That changes everything. With Zabel emerging on one side and Lucas looking like his old self on the other, Kubiak suddenly has the foundation to build a physical yet versatile attack. Of course, some battles are still being fought. At center, Jalen Sundell seems to have pulled ahead of Olu Oluwatimi, especially since Olu's been sidelined with a back issue while Sundell impressed against both the Chiefs and Raiders. At right guard, Anthony Bradford still has the edge, but Christian Haynes isn't backing down. Bradford struggled to lock down the job the last couple years, so nothing's set in stone. And that's where a potential game-changer comes in. Dalton Risner visited Seattle. This isn't just some random free agent. We're talking about a veteran with 6 NFL seasons under his belt, all as a starter, whether in Denver or Minnesota. He's proven to be reliable, durable, and versatile, with the ability to play both guard spots. What's more, Risner has connections in Seattle. He played with Sam Darnold in Minnesota, knows Drew Lock from their Broncos days, and brings a leadership presence this young group could use. His arrival wouldn't just be another addition, it would be an instant impact, especially against division rivals. Think about the 49ers, whose defensive line feasts on inexperienced guards. Adding Risner evens the playing field in those battles that often decide the division. Against teams like the Rams or even the Cowboys, his presence would command respect. He also carries that veteran mindset of someone who's battled brutal AFC defenses and knows how to adjust in the trenches. That's not just technical help, it's mental and cultural. A guy like that not only mentors rookies like Zabel but also forces players like Bradford to raise their game. Sure, there's competition for his signature. He's already visited the Bengals and could hear from the Steelers, but Seattle offers something rare, immediate starting reps and a chance to be a cornerstone of an offense in transition. That's hard to turn down, and it's why this move could be the final push to solidify the line as a strength. Add it all up, and what do we have? An offensive line that was one of the league's worst in 2024 suddenly looking like a real reason for optimism. And that changes everything for Seattle. Because we're not just talking about opening up running lanes. We're talking about giving the quarterback peace of mind, unlocking play action, getting the tight ends more involved, and freeing up the talent at wide receiver. There's also the emotional side. A team that runs the ball well controls the clock, imposes its will, and makes life easier for the defense. Mike McDonald may have arrived with a defensive reputation, but he could now have a physical offense that complements his style perfectly. That balance is what wins in the NFL. When you control the trenches, you control the game. San Francisco does it. Philly does it. Baltimore does it. And now, Seattle looks like it's finally on its way to doing it too. Of course, health is the big key. Lucas has to stay on the field, Mosu needs to be available, and Walker can't let injuries define his season. But if this group sticks together, the outlook shifts completely. Suddenly, what looked like a weakness could become a strength, and that changes the whole NFC West picture. So here we are 12s, a retooled offensive line, a running back rotation that's changing the approach, a key tackle back in the mix, fierce battles for starting spots, and even the possibility of adding a proven veteran to stabilize everything. It all points toward a Seahawks team that might shock a lot of people in 2025. But now I want to hear from you. Do you believe in the O-line transformation? Can Walker still be the guy who changes everything for this offense? And is Risner the missing piece Seattle needs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading all of them. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell, and keep building this amazing community with us. The season is shaping up to be a wild ride, and together we'll be here for every step. Let's make some noise, 12s. Go Hawks!